everyone, welcome back to my channel, Slow Down with Sarah Jean, where I'm an aspiring homesteader trying to live within modern times. I have a special guest with me right now who won't let me put him down, but I'm hoping that for the sake of the video, he lets me put him down at some point. Today we're going to be making tallow, which is rendered beef fat. I also have some, what I think is pig fat that I'm going to be rendering into lard. I buy my meat in bulk, so I split a cow and a pig with some friends every single year. And the last time we got a pig, I divvied up the fat into bags and then I didn't label it. So I'm almost positive that I have pig fat in these bags, and then I know for sure that this is beef fat. So what I'm going to do is I have 2 crock pots, so I'm going to render down one that I know for sure is beef fat in one crock pot, and then put these 2 in another crock pot just in case, because I'm going to be using the beef tallow. I use this for my skin, and then I'll use this one for like cooking oil and stuff. If you are unfamiliar with lard or tallow, it's basically just a cooking oil that our ancestors were using way back in the day when there weren't easily available access to avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil. You know, you could use it in place of butter. Lard is great to use in place of butter in pastry dishes. It's also great to cook your potatoes in lard or tallow. But I personally love using tallow for my body lotion. What I do is I take the tallow, once it's rendered, I strain it off, and then I use that liquid with a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil or jojoba oil. Or avocado oil, and I'll add in some essential oils to make it smell nice, some vitamin E oil. You can also infuse herbs into it, and it makes a wonderful skin lotion. I swear that my face has never looked better since using tallow, and it's also great to apply to your skin before going out into the sun. So today, that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna take about 24 hours to render in my crock pot, so I'm just gonna show you. I just cut it up into bite-sized pieces, put it in my crock pot. Mama. So I'm going to cube up the beef fat, and basically you can cut up all the beef fat off of your trims of meat yourself. You can get it from a local butcher. Like I said, we order a cow and pig share, and you have the option of getting that fat on the side. So I always get it because nothing goes to waste. And then once I'm done rendering it, I actually don't even waste the rendered beef fat. I give that to my chickens. So we're gonna go ahead and chop it up, put it in the crock pot, let it sit on low or warm for 24 hours, and then I will revisit the video and we'll go. So I try to get off as much as the meat as possible. I don't want to render that part. I mean, if there's a little bit on there, I'm not too worried about it, but for the most part, I try to just like get off what I can. And then I just set that aside, and I'll give that to my chickens too. They'll eat that because they're crazy. The camera. So I'll take that. I'll cut all that off. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. This is like the pieces that I've cut off that I'm just gonna give to my chickens now, and then we're gonna put this on the crock pot. So it's the next day, and actually, it's not the next day. It is, I started this on Saturday night, and it is now Monday morning. So I just let it render for a little bit longer. It didn't look like it was fully done yet, so I just kept it on keep warm. So it was probably like 36 hours. And then I did strain off the lard last night. This is how it came out. It looks great. And I strained it, and it looks really good.
What is it?
Lard, the pig fat. So now we're gonna go ahead and I will show you guys how I strain out the tallow or the beef fat, and then what our next steps are. Okay, so we can tell it's done because it's become all gelled and has created a lot of liquid there. That's what will become our tallow. And I just used this spoon and a strainer, and I'm also gonna line it with some cheesecloth so that no pieces get into my finished product. And then I'm just putting it in here afterwards, and I'm gonna bring this out to my chickens. Yeah, I told you to wait.
It's still running. I can't see that, so I can't see what you're doing.
Because I'm using this for skincare, I'm going to take it one step further and strain it off again. And then we're going to let it harden. I'll probably put it in the fridge to do that because it's pretty hot out. We don't have the AC on or anything. So we're going to go ahead and strain it off and let it sit in this bowl until it gets like jello-y. It'll get almost hard, but you'll be able to like put your hand in it, and then we'll whip it. So you can use the tallow at that point once it's gotten hardened. We're gonna take it one step further and whip it for face cream or lotion. So here's what it looks like before we put it in the fridge. And we're gonna put it in there for a couple of hours. All right, so this has been sitting in the fridge for about 2 hours now. And if you were gonna be using this just to cook with, this is perfectly fine. You can see I'm touching it, it will come off a little bit on my finger, but it's mostly, it's solidified a lot. So you would store that in a mason jar, whatever jar you wanted to use, and use it to fry up whatever you would like. And I'm making lotion out of it. So what I'm gonna do is for every cup, I'm gonna make 2 different batches of lotions today. So for every cup of tallow, you want to add 1/4 cup of oil, which today I'm using just olive oil. You can use jojoba oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, whatever oil that would be great for your skin, would be safe to use in tallow. And then I'm also going to be doing an infusion with some bergamot essential oils, tangerine, and geranium. That's going to be one mix. And then the next one, the one I love to use on my face, is a little bit of almond extract and vanilla extract. It smells so good and my skin loves it. So how do I use this? I use it on my face. You can use that as a diaper cream. You can use it as an all over body lotion. And it's also great to put on your skin before you head out into the sun. It kind of acts like a natural sunscreen. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and scoop in, looks like this, the tallow. I'm gonna do about half of what I have here. Some people don't like to whip it. I like to whip mine. I like the texture. So I'm gonna go ahead and whip it up. And if you didn't want to whip it up, then you would have added the essential oils and the oil of your choice to the mixture before putting it in the fridge, and then it would solidify in the fridge. Or you could leave it out on the counter to solidify. Now we're gonna whip it up. Okay, so I'm running into a little bit of a problem here where I left out the tallow on my counter for, I don't know, 15 minutes while I got everything prepped for the video and to make the lotion. And it's so warm in my house that it started to actually liquefy up again. So I am going to add in my ingredients. So I already added in the olive oil and the almond and vanilla extract to that one. I'm gonna go ahead and add the olive oil and essential oils to this batch and then put them back in the fridge and let them solidify again and then whip them when they're a little bit more formed because it's like 75 degrees in my house. I'll show you guys, it's not whipping like it should. So, no big deal. We're just gonna go ahead and add in the oil. And then a bunch of essential oils. Okay, so we mixed these up with the olive oil and the either extract or essential oils. Now they're gonna go back in the fridge probably for another hour or two, and then we'll move on to the next step. Sometimes things don't go as planned. It's the weather messing around with things just like it messes with the sourdough. It's gonna mess with the tallow. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but let's go put these back in the fridge. All right, let's see how we're looking on these. Now they've been sitting in the fridge again for another 2 hours. Okay, so this should whip up real nicely. Okay. Now I'm trying to remember which one I put in what.
Mama!
Yes. Okay, looks good. Now this is how we want it to look like. So it's like whipped cream. Smells good. Now I need to get some containers out to put it all in. Bunch of jars that I've already put tallow in. That's why they're not even rinsed out. Just noticed my fingers are really dirty too from gardening today. All right, so I'm gonna spoon it in. I love to use these as gifts for new moms. It's great as like a nipple butter, or really great for a baby's bottoms. There's so many benefits to using tallow on your skin. Oh, it smells so good. You would think that it's beef fat, it's not gonna smell very good, but with the vanilla and almond extract, it smells amazing. See, so this is the texture. This is the texture I like. I mean, like I said, you can totally leave it and let it solidify in the fridge and you'll still get this like creamy lotion that you could put in the containers too. But I love the whippedness. It's like extra luxurious, if you will. So that made us a lot of tallow. I have like containers and containers and containers of tallow to give as gifts and to use for my family over the summer. And this will last us probably till the end of the year because I have so much. Very thankful for this grass-fed beef fat that was rendered, turned into lotion. It's so amazing what God's creation can give us. And you know, things might take a little bit of extra time. Like, could I go buy tallow? Yes. But I think that something this small costs like $30 to $50 on the market right now. So I will gladly make this at home to save my family money and to bless my family and friends with some God-given, beautiful, luscious lotion. I'm telling you, if you have not used tallow on your skin, try it. And I think that your skin will love it. I have been getting a lot of compliments on my skin lately, and I owe it all to the sun, because now it's, you know, we've been outside every day, and to tallow. And if this is your first time watching my videos, I would love if you subscribe to my channel. Feel free to like this video. If you have ever made tallow before, or if you've never tried it, I would love to know in the comments. Feel free to leave me one, and I will see you guys next week.